Well, that was a strange moment. So I'm just about to start recording this video, and I'm just walking around with a big-ass tripod. You can't see it, it's out of frame. But got stopped by this guy in a white, like bleach white Subaru Impreza. Well, I guess a Subaru WRX STI or whatever. God, I wish I could keep it straight. But he was just a very interesting encounter. Anyways, so I'm out here taking a bit of a walk with my camera on the tripod, Selfie Stick Pro version here, very heavy. Because I wanted to make a little bit of content to put on this YouTube channel, since, you know, it's supposed to fill it with random crap, so here I am filling it with random crap. And one of the things I wanted to just talk about is this whole Reddit kerfuffle that's been going on with the banned subreddits that are for fat shaming or things like that. And personally, I don't buy too big into the whole fat shaming thing. I mean, some people take it to extremes, like, you know, if somebody says that, hey, maybe you need to lose a little weight, it's unhealthy for you, they call that fat shaming. You know, that's sort of, to that extreme, I don't buy into it. But I do think that there's, you know, you should live and let live. You know, don't go and insult people's bodies just because, right? And I don't know to what extreme, I don't know to what degree that applies to these subreddits, because I've never been to these subreddits. I don't make a habit of associating with assholes, which is, as I understand it, the predominant population of these places. But one of the things I keep on hearing coming out of this whole thing is these people are saying, oh my God, my free speech, it's being infringed upon. I don't know why I turned into Christopher Walken, but that's what I've been hearing. Oh, my free speech has been impinged upon. We should sue Reddit for, you know, censoring our free speech and constitution. And to an extent. Well, no. On principle, I defend everyone's right to free speech. You, no matter how big of an asshole you are, I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. And in a place like in a public forum, and by public forum I mean public, not just in public view, but in for example, a national park, or on a sidewalk somewhere, you are more than entitled to rant and yell with all the vitriol you want, you know, spraying angry spittle across the population, you know, with your angry angerness. Quite eloquent I am. But before you can do that, you need to acknowledge and understand two things. One, just because you have the right to listen, just because you have the right to say something, doesn't mean you have the right to force other people to listen to you. And two, you need to understand the distinction between a public space, such as a park or a sidewalk, and a public forum that is privately owned. For example, I may open up my house for a conversational party, for people to come in and conversate and exchange ideas and things like that. I may open my house up to do that, for people to do that, for, like, say, an evening. But if you come into my house and you start screaming that, you know, the Jews are ruling the world, and, you know, they all need to be locked away or whatever, I'm going to kick you out. Because despite the fact that it is a I've opened my house as a public forum, it is still my private property. And I have every right to either ask you to restrict yourself, to control, to self-censor your opinions, or to kick you out if I feel that you are making the environment less enjoyable to the other guests. And that is effectively what Reddit has done. They have said, you people are being assholes and are being hateful towards other people, and we will not let you stay in our house. This was previous. We will not give you a place in our house. So we are getting rid of these subreddits. And to that I commend them. The internet needs to be a much nicer place. Once the internet was the wild, wild west, was the wild, wild west on the World Wide Web. And now it is a place where literally everybody and their grandmother is on. And that isn't to say that there shouldn't be places that are utterly restriction-free in what you can say. 4chan is among them, and, a lot of people say that 4chan doesn't need to be a thing, but I think it's good that 4chan is a thing. But private institutions like Reddit, despite what you may think or what you may want to be true, are subject to the rules on which they set out for themselves. And those rules are subject to change at any time. So while at one point, it may have been perfectly fine for you to engage in vitriolic hate for whatever reason which you choose to do so, whether it's to make other people feel bad or to make yourself feel good or just for the lulz. It is not at this point the place for you. And you are not entitled to have that open venue. You're not. You're not entitled to have that space. Because you don't pay for that space. I don't care how much Reddit Gold you buy, or however that works. I've never messed with Reddit Gold before. I had no idea how it works. No matter what trivial way you may put money into Reddit, it is not yours. You do not own it. It's not yours to control or yours to demand anything from. It is, in fact, a privilege for you to be able to use that. And that is the simple truth. So when they say, shut up, we're not allowing that kind of language, or we will not aid in the spreading of those ideas, you can, of course, be as angry as you like. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to think. But I will say that you have no place to be enraged or entitled for said place. If you want such a place so bad, go build it yourself. Anyways, that's about it.